Hey friends, today I'm going to go over my favorite tools that I use when teaching learners how to read. They are a mix of store-bought tools to DIY tools to free resources that you can find online. I've used these resources over and over and over again with my online tutoring students and teaching my son at home. So if you're interested in teaching your learner how to read, this video might be helpful for you. When I first started teaching my son how to read, I would use his toys as tools to help with his reading skills. And I feel like that's like the most perfect and seamless way to get your learner to start learning their reading skills is using the toys around them. If he was working on a puzzle, for example, I would have him start isolating just the beginning sound. Bus, bus. Or taxi, car. After he was comfortable with that, I would have him pick which one says the beginning sound I give him. This says bus. This says taxi. Which one says b? Which one says b? This says B. DIY sand letters. You can buy them, some really nice ones. I wasn't sure if he was gonna like them, to be honest, so I made my own, and I basically printed out some letters, and I took glitter glue and I just traced it and filled in the letters, and I just had him practice the sounds. One tool that I love to use is called CVC Builders, and you can find this on Amazon. It has 48 CVC activity cards, and it comes in this box that's obviously already opened, but basically it has a picture of a CVC word with dots to identify each sound. So this word hat has 3 sounds, and in the back it has the actual word. And there's a lot of different things that I love to do with this. So the first thing is when my learner is first starting to read, I like to focus on just the sounds, the phonemic awareness, just the sounds. And I can just simply have them tap out each sound, at, or I can use different tools with it to make it a little bit more hands-on. So for example, I have these counters here, and I'm gonna have them move the counter on to each sound. At, right? Or I can get even more inventive, and I can use these poppers, and I can have them pop each sound, so that has 3 sounds. At. Well, once my learner knows a good majority of their letter sounds, then I can play a game with them where they can read the word, and then they can check themselves to see if they got the right word by flipping it over. So for example, I have at, hat. Oh, they got it right. Another skill that I can practice using these CVC builders is spelling. This is another tool that my learner loves to use. All of the things that I'm talking about will be in the description down below. So for example, we're gonna make the word map. Map. App. And I'll just have them focus in on each sound. A. And then they can correct themselves by flipping it over. It's map. If you have a learner that's comfortable with writing out their letters, mine is not yet, but if they are comfortable after making the word, they can write it out. App, map. And then they can check it. Just popping in here to say if you found any of those resources helpful, make sure you give us a like. This will help spread this video to other people who are looking to teach their learner how to read. I really appreciate it. I wanted to talk a little bit more about these magnetic letters kit here. So this magnet letters kit has 240 piece set, 2 sets of uppercase, 7 sets of lowercase letters. It also has a magnet and a whiteboard. It comes with this little like whiteboard expo marker. I don't have it with me because my daughter took it, didn't realize I didn't have it, but oh well, we can still talk about it. So the first thing that I like to do with my learner is just have him become comfortable with these letters and where to put them. They have labels on here that you can put for each section, for each letter, which I absolutely love. And basically what I like to do is I like to just put down a number of letters. And, ooh, this is in the wrong spot. You can tell my 2-year-old has gotten into this. And I just want them to put them back in the right spot. And they can practice their letter sounds while they do this. So this is qu, right? Where is qu? So we can use these magnet tiles just as how they are when practicing spelling. For example, say I want him to spell cat. We'll stretch out the word cat. Then we'll tap out the sounds. K, at, k, a, t, right? And then we can read it again once we've made it k, at, cat. Then maybe I can say, what if I want to spell mat? At, at. Oh, we changed the C to an M. And all these different activities just depends on what your learner is comfortable with. Maybe you don't ask that question, maybe you just put it down and say, if this is at, what would it be if I put this down? P, at, pat. What if I change the ending sound to an N, to n, p, at, n, pan? What if I change the middle sound to I, p, I, n, pin? These are phoneme segmenting and blending boxes, which you can download for free. I'll put it in the description below. It's very similar to the CVC builders like I showed you, but this one is free. And we would do the same thing where we would look at the word, or we would look at the picture, map. Let's stretch it out. Map. We can use counters. I've talked about this in videos before. We can use counters to isolate each sound for phonemic awareness practice. Map. And then separate. And then use these tiles, or use these letters to help spell. A, map, map. And if they are comfortable writing, they can write it out too. Map, map. Somewhat similar to magnet tiles, I have letter tiles here. Yellow tiles are for the digraphs, like, and get into vowel teams for orange. So you have UE, OE. The purple is if you want to do word families, like aim. So you would put a letter in front. This looks like prefixes and suffixes, like in or ness. So let me just give you some examples of how I would use these. So if I were doing phoneme practice, I would take, and the phonemes are different each time, I wouldn't even use the side with the letters on it. I would just pick, I would just have these out and just have them practice their phoneme sounds. So for example, they have 3-letter phonemes, as in dog, d, g, dog. We can use blue tiles for simple CVC words, web. Then once they're comfortable with CVC words, we can add introduce digraphs, For purple, we can practice word families, as in adding the purple and adding the blue and the purple. Sight. We can get into vowel teams. Seam. I can use this two phoneme box here. Insight. And they can write it at the bottom when they put it together. Insight. The last tool that I love using are obviously books with my learners, specifically Decodables when teaching them how to read. And Bob Books is just one of the many Decodables that I love to use. I've talked about it in many of my videos. But basically what I like about it is there are a lot of decodable words in the book. They have sight words on here listed. They have sight words listed on here. Sometimes it's in the back. So the more higher level ones are listed in the back here. And they're just simple books, especially for our beginning readers, but Decodables are definitely really important in teaching our learners how to read. Which resource did you find most helpful? Which one do you think that you're gonna get started with your learner? Comment down below, I'd love to know. And if you are interested in learning more about teaching your child to read, I have a huge playlist right here that has over 30 videos of how to teach your learner from phonemic awareness to fluency. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!